Hey, what's up guys, John here. 11.5 million small business owners took out PPP and EIDL loans over the last couple of years, totaling $1.2 trillion in cash. Roughly 70% of that money never went to any employees.
66 to 77% did not go to paychecks. Millions of dollars from the program ended up in the hands of fake businesses and was used to buy fancy cars, houses, even trips to Vegas.
And now what the IRS is doing is shocking. They have an army of 30,000 agents going after these 11.5 million small business owners, and those that have even the slightest bit of fraud are facing years in prison, some even 20, 30, 40 years in jail.
We're going to go after the criminals who stole billions of relief money meant for small business and millions of Americans.
We're walking into something very interesting now, because as the economy starts to soften, tax collections are falling. So the IRS is looking at this $1.2 trillion windfall of money as they're saving grace to make up for this deficit that's unfolding. Now in this video, I'm going to break it down and show you exactly what's going on. Even some celebrities, influencers, really high profile people are going to prison for a very, very, very long time. Please hit the like button, YouTube will share this content to educate the people about what's going on in America's economy. And if you'd like to fix your credit, we'd love to help you at my company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. If you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, or any negative item on your credit report, go to GreatCreditFast.com, click the link in the description just below this video, and schedule a free strategy session for tomorrow, for Tuesday. Take a look at this. So over the course of the 2019, the SBA dispersed approximately $1.2 trillion in economic injury disaster loan, EIDL loan, and payment protection program loan, PPP funds, right? Well, when you look at this, they say at least 17% are completely fraud, at least 17%, and between a new National Bureau of Economic Research study found 66 to 77% of the money from the program did not go to paychecks. Instead, most of that money ended up in the hands of business owners and shareholders. So if you have $1.2 trillion and call it 70% never hit the pockets of employees, what do you got, $800 billion worth of fraud, right? This is a massive, massive opportunity for the IRS to go after these collections. And that's exactly what they're doing. I mean, for example, you got even celebrities. I love and hip hop reality TV star was convicted of receiving $2 million in fraudulent PPP loans to operate a Ponzi scheme, pay child support, buy a custom Rolex, and lease a Rolls Royce. Yeah, I mean, all of these, there are 8 members of a fraud ring were convicted of using more than $18 million in PPP loans to buy $1 million homes, designer bags, crypto, Harley Davidson. 12 defendants were convicted of fraudulently obtaining $12 million in PPP loans and EIDL funds, which they used to purchase Range Rovers, Mercedes-Benz, and jewelry. I mean, a Texas man was convicted of fraudulently receiving $17.3 million in PPP loans and using the funds to purchase multiple homes and sports cars. I wonder if this is going to have an impact on the luxury car market. A Florida man was convicted of fraudulently receiving $3.9 million in PPP loans, which he used to buy a Lambo and shop at Saks Fifth Avenue. You have all these, high-flying, business owners or, fraudsters that are out there that are, taking advantage of the system that are now going to be facing some serious, serious prison time. 11.5 million small business owners. 11.5 million small business owners, 30,000 total IRS agents over the next 2 years, right? So they have, think about this. They're spending $80 billion and they have $800 billion in potential fraud, right? Where are you going to go if you're running the White House right now? You're in charge of, all of that. Where are you going to tell them to put their focus? Probably at the $800 billion, right? Especially when you take into consideration that state tax revenues declined from record high. States grappling with hit to tax collection. Same things happen with federal. When the economy is booming, like it was in 2021, with record low interest rates, everyone's borrowing money, everyone's buying everything from homes, cars, Airbnbs. Everyone's just investing. The economy is going to be flourishing in tax revenues, especially on house flips and real estate sales, capital gains. All of this money is going straight to the government, right? And they're making out like a bandit. But now, when you have an economy that's contracting with record high interest rates, with the fastest increase in interest rates in history, what's going to happen? Obviously, the economy is going to slow down, and with it, tax collections are going to continue to fall. So we're going to continue to likely see tax collections fall in 2024 and 2025, and all of this is going to be more of a reason for them to start giving and really just dropping the hammer on a lot of people. 17 years in prison. 17 years in prison for this PPP fraud. That is absolutely insane. That's almost like a murder charge, right? A local man charged with an alleged 2.5 million PPP loan fraud scheme. All of these people, all these people are getting years and years and years and years in prison. I mean, hundreds just on this page, hundreds. Even this one, father and son team, they're facing some serious time. 3-year sentence in PPP loan fraud scheme in southern Idaho. But the real problem is going to be who's going to pay for all of this. Now, when you look at, it basically costs $60 a day to house a prisoner on the lower end. Estimates are around $20,000 a year. And so when you're looking at this, you have tens of thousands of people, potentially more, because they're not going to go after just the business owners that took the money. They're going to go after the people that were filing the paperwork, because those people, it's kind of like the, you got the corner drug dealer on the side of the street, selling a little bit. Then you have, the people that are really in charge of distribution, right? Who do they always go after? And they don't go after the person on the corner. They want to know who the distributor is. Who's the person that's really pushing all the weight? And with the PPP loans, there's a lot of companies out there that had hundreds, if not thousands, of clients that were filling out the paperwork, they were doing everything for. Those people, I believe, are going to be the ones that are really going to be facing some serious, serious time. And all of this is happening the last couple days. It's like they've been cracking down more and more and more by the day. Local man charged, alleged 2.5 million PPP loan fraud. Normal man charged with PPP loan forgiveness fraud from 2021. In fraudulent loan forgiveness applications, all of these people, 3-year sentence PPP loan scheme. It's absolutely shocking that many people thought that the government was going to do something for nothing. When in history has that ever happened? When have we ever gotten where they're just like, here's something for free, we don't want anything back? It's always, here's $1, I'm going to take back 3, I'm going to take back 5, right? And this is exactly what has happened here. It's a clear example of this. Now, sure, there was definitely a lot of bad actors. There's no doubt about it. But when they, threw around that term, it's loan forgiveness, PPP forgiveness. It's not forgiveness. It's not at all how it actually seemed. And I think a lot of people, are going to be walking into a nightmare type of scenario this year that took out these funds that aren't going to be able to document every single penny, because they're just looking just to be a little bit off, just to have a little bit off. Because this is wire fraud. This is serious, serious time that people are going to be looking at. And they're going after, some people are getting $20, $30, $40 million, opening up all these shell companies, going after $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 on each shell company. It's shocking. It's like people are very, very, very brazen to go after the amount of money that they were going after. It's like absolutely unreal. And so like IRS seizes 1.3 million yachts, several vehicles. The big question is, what's going to happen with these luxury cars? What's going to happen with some of these people that took out, the IRS is going to unload this inventory. That's what I think is going to happen. And it would be very, very interesting to kind of track to see where they're going to be selling this inventory. Because I think there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to be out there looking to buy a lot of this repossessed, cars, yachts, watches. A lot of this is going to start to hit the market, I believe, sometime, 2024. Because when you have 30,000 agents out there, they're going to try to liquidate to try to pull as much money in as possible. And when they're only spending $80 billion on all these employees, 30,000 agents, $80 billion, and there's roughly $800 million $800 billion in assets they could be going after. Sure, most of that money is going to be spent, but there's going to be cars, homes, there's going to be Airbnbs, there's going to be assets inside of the business that are going to be able to liquidate. I think a lot of change is going to be coming. But the real concern here is going to be the people that they did everything on the stand-up. They did everything right, everything was perfect, but they still get audited. They're not going to be able to go to H&R Block to take care of that audit. They're going to have to hire a top quality accounting firm, which might be tens of thousands of dollars in an economy that isn't as strong as it was a couple years ago, right? So what are we going to have? I think a lot of change coming. I think we're going to start to see collections really, really, really ramp up. in terms of taxes in 2024. Drop below. Let's have a conversation about this. How many people do you think are going to go to jail over this EIDL and PPP loan scheme? Almost $1 trillion worth of fraud. Drop below. Have a conversation about this. And if you'd like to fix your credit, maybe you're thinking about getting business funding, or maybe you're thinking about investing in distressed real estate or buying a car, you're going to need the best credit possible. So if you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, or any negative item on your credit report, go to GreatCreditFast.com, click the link in the description just below this video, and schedule a free strategy session for tomorrow, for Tuesday. Catch you next video.